Good, happy Wednesday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Wednesday evening, so let's begin. First up, impeachment hearings. EU ambassador says everyone was aware of conditions in Ukraine. Call. EU Ambassador Gordon Sondland answered questions in front of the House committee during a public hearing, saying that everyone was aware with the conditions the president was asking of the Ukraine, prompting several follow-up questions and intense sanctionary from both sides of the aisles during the impeachment inquiry today. Later in the afternoon, Laura Cooper, a Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Russia, Ukraine, and Eurasia, and David Hale, the Under Secretary of State for Political Affairs, are expected to testify. Rep. Wallner leads 7 New Hampshire House endorsements for Warren, boosts total to 50. Police chase starts in Danville, ends in Massachusetts, authorities say. Danville officers spotted vehicle reported missing. Starting chase, police say. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Strict attention to detail. That's what sets Kubota construction equipment apart. It's how we maximize.
We are following some breaking news from overnight. A police chase that began in Danville came to an end in Massachusetts. Police say officers responding to a report of a missing vehicle on Caleb Drive spotted the car driving by. Officials say the driver took off, starting a chase through several towns. It ended about an hour later in Haverhill, Massachusetts. No one was injured, but a cruiser out of New Hampshire was damaged.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Lane closures expected on Everett Turnpike for bridge inspections. Inspections being done after concrete fell onto highway. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
This is the Chevy Trax, the Chevy Equinox, the all-new Chevy Blazer, and the roomy Chevy Traverse. No matter what you're looking for in an SUV, Chevy's got you covered.
Lanes on the Everett Turnpike in Nashua are back open now after a piece of concrete fell onto the roadway. Engineers have been out inspecting the bridge to make sure that it's safe. WMUR's Kristen Carosa has what investigators are saying tonight.
As you can see behind me, traffic is moving normally at this hour here in Nashua after that piece of concrete fell. Thankfully, no one was hurt and no vehicles were hit. Officials tell us a state trooper noticed the concrete on the side of the road on the southbound side under the Route 111 bridge. Engineers got up into a scissor lift to inspect the bridge. They found some water had leaked through the cracks on the bridge, which made the steel rust and expand, which caused the concrete to break off. Engineers will now inspect the entire bridge over the next several days to address any potential future problems.
We're going to be doing both sides of the highway. In order to get it done as quickly as possible, we are probably going to take and do some work on the north side tomorrow on the left lanes, and in the afternoon take and do the right lanes on the southbound side so that we can take and be setting up the traffic control and then move across to the other side.
We're told that work will begin around 9 a.m. each morning and end around 3:30 in the afternoon. Reporting along the Everett Turnpike, Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And now let's take a look at your U.S. stock market and see how your U.S. stock market closed for this Wednesday evening. And here's a look at that U.S. stock market for all of you for this Wednesday evening. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the red and went down. Your Nasdaq closed in the red and went down. S&P 500 closed in the red and went down. Gold closed in the green and went up. Oil closed flat. U.S. 10-year closed in the red and went down. Euro/USD closed in the green and went up. And VIX closed in the red and went down. Dow drops more than 100 points on report Phase 1 trade deal may not be completed this year. Stocks fell on Wednesday, pulling back from record high after Reuters reported a so-called Phase 1 trade deal between China and the U.S. may not be completed by the end of 2019. 10 Democrats candidates set to face off in 5th debate. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Back here at home, the 5th Democratic primary debate is about to get underway. 10 candidates set to face off in Atlanta. ABC's Lindsay Davis is right there for it all. And Lindsay, fewer candidates this time around and a new name surging in some polls.
That's right. Good morning to Cecilia. This is where the 10 candidates are going to hit the stage. Right behind me here tonight at Tyler Perry's brand new $250 million studio. And it could be a backdrop for drama. After all, this is the first debate since that new Iowa caucus poll, which shows Mayor Pete Buttigieg as a frontrunner. According to that poll released Sunday, the 37-year-old mayor of South Bend, Indiana, is currently in first place, while Senator Elizabeth Warren, Senator Bernie Sanders, and former Vice President Joe Biden are all tied for second place. So watch for the other candidates to take aim at Mayor Pete, but Biden could still take his fair share of fire. He's still holding on to long or big advantages as far as voter support in several states, including South Carolina. Cecilia.
Yeah, Lindsay, you mentioned that poll there in Iowa with Buttigieg in the lead. He's going to have a target on his back tonight because of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly the expectation of what's being dubbed Pete Mentum is that he's going to face some heat from his fellow candidates on the stage there. You know, but Buttigieg has a major problem even before he steps foot on the stage, and that is the lack of support from black voters. According to the most recent Quinnipiac poll, it shows that he's actually getting 0% from South Carolina black voters. Also worth noting, Cecilia, this is the first time ever that a presidential debate is taking place at an African-American forum.
It will be must-see. Okay, thank you, Lindsay.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night and goodbye, everyone.